everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
As she said, my name is James Shepard. I'm a student here at Goodwill. I'm an employee here at Goodwill. And I'm honestly floored, humbled, and even more motivated to even be upstairs talking to each and every one of you about not just me, but just everything that's going on in the world and in my life. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I would be speaking at any board of any organization as influential as Goodwill. 2011, I was convicted of a crime that I just didn't commit. I was sent to prison for it, and I had to fight for my life, literally. During that time, I grew from within, because you get thrown somewhere when you know you didn't do something. I was at work. They told me I did something over there. I brought pay stubs, people, and everything to show where I was. But because of my past record, none of it mattered. So I had to make a decision in my life right then and there. It was more so, what they say, birds of a feather flock together. If you did it once, you'd probably do it again. That's how they looked at it, even though I was working at Ford. So during that time of me sitting, I had to make a decision. Either I'm gonna let this kill me or turn me to the beast that they think I am, or I'm gonna just grow and fight my way back home. During that fight back home, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that when it comes to writing, I'm great at it. When it comes to actually doing something and setting my mind to it, I'm great at it. So during those times, and it took my family, it took my friends, it took a lot of people that played intricate parts in my life to keep me going up here, and physically. During my incarceration, I dealt with a lot. I seen a lot. I seen stuff that a lot of you, it would be a nightmare. And I had to block all of that out. But I had to accept it. And during that time, I met a lot of people, young and old. Like, I know a guy who was 14 years old. Well, he was 14 when he was incarcerated. I met him when he was 19. He got 40 years to do it. I met another guy who was 48 years old. He'd been locked up since he was 16. And he got life to do. They gave me natural life for something I didn't commit. And instead of letting it turn me into a beast or turn me into an animal or destroy me, it motivated. It really did motivate. And without it, I don't think I'd be standing right here, because I still had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I wasn't completely sold on doing the right thing. Just like a lot of people in the community now. Like, when you go outside these doors, outside the comfort of your neighborhoods, you might ride through a part of the neighborhood and you're just not comfortable. I'm not comfortable most of the time, and I come from it. With that being said, when I got home, my mother told me about construction, and I didn't know nothing about it, really. I mean, I didn't hammer some stuff in before, things of that nature, but I've never done construction. I came to this program, I walked through these doors, and I got into this program, and it's like, as soon as I walked through the door, that door right downstairs, it was like, everything else didn't even matter. Everything else I just did didn't even matter. All I seen was bright smiles and lights. It was just a different feel. I felt an aura in this building. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I had a job at the time. Mr. Jordan to tell you, like, the first day of class, after everybody went to break, I was like, look, excuse me, Mr. Jordan, I got a job. I'm not gonna be able to stay there this time. Can you please, I do whatever I gotta do just to complete this course. I really, he's like, look, we're gonna work with you. Thank you. I completed the course, and I'm working for Goodwill. This is like the best thing 2016 has had for me so far. Like they said, being incarcerated, it can change a lot of people. But there's a lot of people in there who really just want to change when they come home. And for them, and for the people who are on the street right now, I say it every day. So when they ask me where I'm at or what I'm doing, I'm going to school at Goodwill. They got programs for you. Anybody can get in these programs. All you got to do is apply yourself. When it comes down to things that motivate me and motivate my spirit, it's helping people. I know that. And that's what I plan on doing with the rest of my life. And construction is just gonna help me do that. Through Goodwill, I've networked so much. Like, it wasn't even just construction that I was networking on. I'm meeting people who are gonna be my friends for life. They're gonna help me succeed in different areas that I wanna succeed in. I met a guy last night that I met through networking here at Goodwill. positive one. It's a guy named Lee Williams. He's a motivational speaker. Miss Jasmine Hines, she's a director at CPCC in the construction department. She relayed my name to him. I met with him last night at North Lake Mall. I'm gonna start doing the podcast every Thursday night for his company. And he wants me to write on his blog. He was inspired by my story too. When someone tells me they're inspired by my story, like, I don't know how to take it. I don't really know. I'm not good at this. I guess that's the best way to say it. I'm not used to the acclamation that I'm receiving, but it motivates me. I just want to let you know I'm humble, and it motivates me to the point where words can't even explain sometimes. I didn't write anything down. I tried to write something down at my graduation. That didn't work. After graduation, I guess that's the reason why I'm in front of you now, because a couple of people heard my story, especially Michael. Molly heard my story. And my story is just one of understanding and not being killed by your circumstances. And first thing anyone has to do when put in a position where you're at your lowest or someone's really trying to step on you is have self-understanding and know exactly what you need to do to get out of that hole. Me personally, I'm sitting in front of the board at Goodwill. This is a national, international name. Like, I done known this name since I was a child. To be standing here, like I say, words really can't explain. I don't look anything like I should even be in here, to me, because I know what I've been through, I know what I come from, I know what I used to do. You know what I mean? But going forward, that's in my past. And I was just telling Mr. Todd earlier, and anybody who walks through these doors and I see them, and I might be on my way to work or on my way to, or just coming to check in with them, and I just see somebody and they just look like they can do something. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just come in and just get on the computers and really just try to find a job because they don't have anything. Y'all open the doors for them to be able to come in and do that. I'd say I'm on the show like, you know how to do construction? No. You good with your hands? Yeah, look. Talk to Mr. Todd, man. Go checking it out. And I do this on a daily basis, and I don't do it for acclamation or anything else. I just know how it feels to have nothing and have nothing in front of you and just want a way out. To be able to connect Goodwill with the community the way that you do, I believe is remarkable. I believe this has been my therapy. This has been the best therapy I could have ever had. I just was released from prison April 4th, 2016. I walked out the door. They didn't give me an apology or nothing like that. They just like, we're gonna overturn that. It was insufficient. They should never did that. You can go home. My mother spent almost $60,000 because she knew I didn't do it. I might be able to repay that money. Hopefully I will one day. But the simple fact that I'm doing this, she tells me every day, this is the best payment you could ever make for me. Period. That's my daughter. When I was incarcerated for those 5 years, well, 4.5 years, my daughter was 3. She's 9 now. Her behavior dropped. She just was not trying to hear nothing about school. Behavior at home was just horrible. I tried to call, she come see me, things of that nature. But it just wasn't working. And when I came home, she spent the summer with me. She lives in Michigan, by the way. This all happened in Michigan. This didn't happen in Charlotte. Long story short, she a straight A student now. Haven't missed a day in school, haven't been suspended yet. I can't attribute that to me, but I just feel like I had something to do with that. So there are things that's going on in my life right now that maybe it is magical, maybe it is remarkable. It's just I think I'm just living life right now. I went from doing a natural life in prison to just living life naturally, like just doing what comes natural to me. Like I'm in a position now where I have a job. Not only that, I'm working in the community. I help coach a Little League basketball team in Sugar Creek Park, 12-year-olds. I don't really know too much about basketball, but I can tell you to go to the hole, you know what I mean? Just being active in the community where I know I've came from is a humbling feeling because I'm going back more so as a big brother now. But with programs like this, to be able to help people take care of themselves, this is the best move I ever made. And I'm furthering my career at CPCC in January. I'm just waiting on registration paperwork and all that to fill out. But I'm gonna go for construction management. That's a 2-year course. I don't believe it's hard. I'm 33 years old. When I was 18, I couldn't wait to get out of high school, just so I could do nothing. Now that I look at it, I couldn't wait to do nothing. Now I'm 33 and I feel like I want to do everything. My mom tells me all the time, like, look, you can't do it all. Like, just slow down. I'm like, I can't. It's like, I feel like I done wasted so much time doing nothing, like nothing. And when you add substance to your life, man, it's no better feeling. I'm pretty sure each and every one of you know this feeling because y'all work for Goodwill. Just to be a part of it and have my name associated with it and even have you even bring me up here to speak, I don't even know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. A lot of you faces I've never seen, some of I've seen in passing. Some of you might have seen me, at a red light, you might have seen me at a 7-Eleven, you might have seen me something like that, and you would have never thought that this was me. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm saying that to say this. There's so much work that needs to be done, and I'm gonna be one of the people to help make it happen. There's so much going on in the world. I watch CNN, Fox News, and stuff like that. I'm really addicted to politics. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I'm really addicted to politics. As far as me concerned, I go do my own research on a lot of stuff. It's just the way the world going right now. Each and every one of you have your own opinion about everything, and but for the most part, just the way everything looks, it's just like only thing that needs to happen is a conversation. Everybody's talking about problems, but nobody's talking about answers. How can we talk about problems all day and nobody talk about an answer? I just think that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who really, really need answers. There's a lot of people problems, as y'all know. That's why these doors are always open. Use me in any way y'all need to help come up with an answer. I know that area. I know about problems. I've been a problem. So with that being said, use me as you may. Use me at your will. Call me whenever. You can call me 3 o'clock in the morning. If you got an idea and you might need my input on anything, ask me. I'm gonna tell you unfiltered exactly what I feel, and if it's not the right thing, it's gonna be close to it. Hopefully. I watch people walk through these doors. Some people can't even really feed themselves. I'm not gonna say any names of some of my classmates, but it's been times I done had classmates in my class barely be able to make it here, and they trying to take care of the house, and they don't even have nothing to eat. Really, they just didn't have nothing to eat, but they trying to make it here because they know it's gonna do something better for them in the long run. I keep them people with me in my thoughts every time I wake up in the morning. I don't need an alarm clock. I can't wait to wake up. I haven't used an alarm clock in a while. I just wake up. I'm naturally just up now. I'm motivated. I haven't been as motivated in my life to just be alive. With that being said, I don't know how much time I got left. I'm trying to touch bases on everything and really give y'all a better understanding, not just me, but just circumstances and mistakes. People make mistakes every day. Some people have to pay for those mistakes forever. Personally, they're gonna have to deal with that mistake forever. But in the world that we live in, I just don't understand how everyone makes mistakes, period. Some people, mistakes cost them more than others. But with those mistakes, it should be some type of, okay, if you start doing better, we're gonna have something for you. So me personally, I'm gonna reach back to the penal system. Me personally, to the Department of Corrections, and try to come up with something, because they're not rehabilitating anybody. You gotta rehabilitate yourself in there. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna film, and I tell them to their face. That's just what it is. It's big business, it's money. That's what they into it for. So with that being said, man, I just plan on motivating and mentoring whoever wants to listen. Whoever wants to hear my story, I don't mind telling them. I tell people, like almost as soon as I meet them, where I just came from. Because I don't wear it, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm really not. I don't know how people look at me afterwards, but I know how I look at myself in the mirror every morning. So if my story can help anyone, I can't wait to tell you. Now that might not help me in the long run as far as getting a job sometimes or developing relationships with people who I might be on a board somewhere, because they're gonna look at me, you did what? You was where? But at this point, I gotta be me. You either gonna have to accept me for me or live with your own conclusion of what you thought you saw, because you really don't know. And there's a lot of people who walk around with that stigma every day, who've been incarcerated, who have felonies, and they don't even think that they can do anything different than what they're doing. I know it for a fact because I was one of them. I say that to say this. Programs like this are very, very beneficial. Y'all have so many different chapters, I call them chapters, so many different divisions that will help people not just come home from prison, but anyone who wants to go to school really can't afford it. I didn't come from a high-income family, and my neighborhood was pretty decent. It was just, I gravitated towards something different. That's why I can't wait to talk to kids. That's why I always try to surround myself with children, because I know what that thinking to do at a young age. It'll just prepare you for a life of destruction and heartache and pain. So when it comes to not doing the right thing, I think I'm a scholar at it. I did it for so long, and it took for me to, like I say, be charged with something that I did not do. Y'all can Google my name. My name is James Shepard. You can go and look up my case. Like, it's national. You know what I mean? And if you can read it and really think I had something to do with that, more power to you. But it was crazy. It was the craziest part of my life, because I'm sitting there and y'all lying straight to my face. Y'all had nothing. Nobody said I was there. I'm telling you where I was. I had an alibi. I'm the one who came to you with the alibi. You asked me did I know something? I said, no, I don't know nothing. Well, where were you at? I was at work. That was actually my first day at work. I'm gonna tell you how the world works. I don't mean to take up too much more of your time. I'm just saying how the world works. That day, my grandma called me that morning like, I used to take my grandma on dates all the time. If she wanna go to the movies, I'm the one she called. Baby, you wanna go see this movie? Yeah, I'll go take it. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. She called me back at 10:30. I just got a call from Ask Enterprises or something. At this time, I wasn't working. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. And she was like, well, they just called. It's about a job. So I called them. Come to find out, I filled out that application almost a year ago. Almost a year. I had almost forgot I filled it out. They're like, look, can you come down? We really want to. I'm thinking I'm going for an interview. They wanted me to start work that day at 4. Quality control. So I go to work around 7 o'clock that night. My phone literally blowing up. My daughter was in it next door to where this happened. Next door. Bullets traveling. You know what I mean? Long story even shorter, let's just say that I wasn't at work that day. Do you think I'd be standing in front of you? Everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidences to me anymore. Everything has its own purpose and its divine reasoning for everything. If I wasn't at work, right or wrong, I would not be standing in front of anybody in this room. I would still be in my cell reading or doing whatever I'm doing. I wouldn't be here. I don't believe I'd be here. And that's just personal. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all meeting. I appreciate the time, y'all.
James, I'll speak for all of us. First of all, that was amazing. Secondly, you said something that was not true. What you said was, I'm not good at this. You are excellent at this. You are excellent. And you have now an entire room of board members who are presidents of your fan club.
Thank you.
You just did an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Some of our leadership from our construction skills program. I think some of you know Brian Otto, and then Todd Jordan, and
See the new officers.
So thank you. They're here to support James. So.
And I appreciate y'all coming.